Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Voices of Atlas podcast. How's everyone been today? How's your been, guys?
So good.
So good. You know what was disappointing though, Nick?
What?
I couldn't find any beaver tails to eat on today's show.
I don't even want to talk about this right now. I'm being gaslit.
I did have the bubble waffles, but I finished them earlier.
Oh. I think beaver tails, you have to get them like a certain season. You know, when they're just right.
Nah, I get them in the summer.
I need to make sure they're mating enough. You know, I gotta make sure that we have that overabundance of beavers before I can get beaver tails.
I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this stream like right now.
Oh, also quickly on the topic of bubble waffles, I saw somebody who had a whole collection of waffle makers on TikTok, and they called ones that were bubble waffle shaped Pop It waffle makers.
I'm allowed to be offended by that, right? I can be offended by that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you don't know any better, but
it's as bad as ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Correction, ramen scissors.
Oh yeah,
ramen scissors.
Not a fun time.
I mean, we've been gone for quite a while.
I know it's been 2 weeks.
I saw Pedro Pascal.
Wow.
And I haven't stopped working.
Laiba, why don't you introduce? Why don't we start the circle of introductions?
Tell us about Pedro, please.
Yeah, Laiba, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us about Pedro?
What's up, guys? It's Laiba, and also known as Mixed and Anxious on TikTok. But I was blessed, I think 2 weeks ago or last week, with I don't even remember because it was such a blur. With the grace of Pedro Pascal. I unfortunately did not get a picture because I was shaking so much and they were filming. But yes, they were filming in school.
Life is just like.
No, my hands were literally like this. Shout out to my friends who were actually like holding my hand because I was shaking a lot.
All right, well that's Laiba's celebrity story of the week, which she apparently has every week. Victoria.
You know, I've seen a lot less celebrities, but I'm at Victoria Organa. You can find me everywhere at Victoria Organa, on TikToks and stuff. But you know, I've been working. I need a vacation soon.
Yeah, she's been working.
But this is like a mini vacation. This is like the most fun meeting I've had in like 2 weeks since our last.
Let me say,
I've been in a lot of meetings.
Is a celebrity.
Who?
Victoria's little pupper is a celebrity.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Your dog.
His little
beautiful.
smirk.
His little smirk. I've been taking
His
videos
smiles.
of his advent calendar every day. I haven't showed them or posted them, but
that's
he does
cute.
have an advent calendar,
That's
and I have
cute.
filmed it every day.
Wow.
So
That's
cute.
cute.
All right, Johnny. What about you, Mr.?
I am Marvelous Johnny. That's Marvelous with double L's everywhere. There's an underscore in there if you're looking for me on Instagram between Marvelous and Johnny. And I haven't been up to much as well. I've just been working, being lazy, posting a lot of Shang-Chi cosplay videos.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think I look fresh in it.
Yeah. Dude.
Everyone take Simu Liu.
Yes, everyone tag Simu in those videos, and we can get him on the Voices of Atlas. We can do a hot noodle challenge with him after he did that Hot Ones episode just today.
I would like
great.
to challenge though. We don't talk about Shang-Chi the entire time.
If we bring it up, we then take a slurp of noodles. If so, I'll eat the whole thing.
We just talk
I'll go
about
through the
beaver
thing.
tails.
Yeah, it's talk
There
about
we
beaver
go.
tails. And
We'll
then,
talk about beaver tails and gaslight Nick.
and then I'll literally be like, you know, I got gaslit by Simu Liu.
That's my favorite part of that video. Is just like when Ellie was like, you know, I'm gonna make you beaver tail, or Johnny was like, I'm gonna take you.
Yeah,
so
I
we
told
can have
Nick like,
beaver
hey, when
tails.
you
And
come to
then Nick goes,
Vancouver, you gotta
"No."
come over for beaver tails.
no.
He goes, no.
Is that true?
He's like, please no.
I love when it ends with Nick just going, your money smells like maple syrup.
It kind of does.
And then
Yes.
Ellie was like, I should probably be honest with you. Our money doesn't actually smell like maple syrup.
Yeah. Our $100
But it
bill
kinda
does. Actually,
does.
It kind of
here's
does.
the thing.
Okay,
Nick,
see, I
found
can't
a
trust any
$100
of you
bill
guys.
in my house, and I went to go sniff it after that. It does.
because
It
it's
does.
maple colored too.
I am Super Dickenger. I am a gaslight victim #1 this week.
Of
where I was
Canadians.
completely convinced that Canadians eat beaver tails. We're gonna leave that whole conversation in the link of this podcast, where you can listen to literally me be attacked by a bunch of Canadians.
If y'all want to find that video, it is on youtube.com/voices of Atlas.
Yeah,
and it's just
absolutely.
called a bonus segment.
And it is hilarious.
It is beautiful. It is
Like,
amazing. We love it.
I promise you, I'm not that stupid. But like when you have like 4 people telling you that like this is
3.
real,
It was just me,
Well, you know
Laiba,
what?
and
Might have well
Ellie. It
been-
was just 3 of us.
might as well have been 4, man. There was like
Marley just didn't believe it
Marley
as well.
didn't say anything. He's like, I'm gonna Google it. Doesn't say anything. You might as well have been part of that conversation.
Okay. Question, Nick. If you had to choose Gaslight, Girl Boss, Gatekeep between myself, Laiba, and Johnny, who's Gaslight?
It's
who's
definitely
Girl Boss,
Laiba.
who's Gatekeep?
It's definitely
I
Laiba.
guess,
She
like,
was the one that
I
gave
know.
Laiba's
all
the
of the
initiator of that
details.
entire thing.
She gave
Okay,
all of the
Laiba's
details.
Gaslight. Wait,
Oh, you mean like
Johnny,
separate?
Girl,
Yeah. Gaslight,
Gatekeep.
Gaslight is Laiba. Girl Boss is Johnny. Gatekeep is who?
Victoria, I guess.
Victoria? No, I want
I
to
feel
say
like
that it's.
Victoria girl bosses more than me. If anything, I'm more
You know
of
what?
a
I'm gonna
gatekeeper.
say Victoria was girl
Victoria
boss because she
does.
just showed up in the conversation and was like, "What's up? I'm tired." And then, like, and then,
I
like,
didn't know we were
left.
live streaming this.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna say what is it? Who else was there in that call? It was
Ellie.
Ellie.
Marley.
Ellie was girl bossing because she was like playing me. She was also like headlining to play me like a
The
fucking
amount of
fool.
times I had to mute myself because
Oh
I
my
was
God.
dying. My TikTok live that night was also dying
Oh my
because I
God.
have a bunch of Canadian friends on there.
I can't believe I held it together. Like,
I was
gonna
mad.
start
I was like, what, 10
laughing.
minutes straight. 10 minutes straight. You guys got me. I was
Pretty much.
All in all,
It's
people
really-
join our Discord
Yeah.
and come hang out without us on live because we'll Gaslight, Girl Boss, and Gatekeep.
Exactly. And you know what, guys? Like, I have, after that whole conversation, I did come up with a fun idea. Let us know if you want this. Canadian trivia, where we just throw in true facts and fake facts about Canada.
No.
And then we try to get Nick to figure out what's true.
No.
For example, Nick, would you like to start this?
Go
now?
ahead. Get me a. Give
Yeah,
me
okay,
something.
cool.
I'll say
In
if it's real or
Canada,
not. Uh-huh.
you know how like it's cold up here because we're like further up north, so we
Sure.
get more snow.
Okay.
We pour maple syrup into the snow. We throw a stick in there, and then we make like a maple syrup popsicle.
No, that's gross. That's not
No.
real.
No,
So are
that's
you saying
not-
it's false or true?
It's real.
It's
no,
true.
it's
We do it in
false.
my
Quebec.
favorite thing
It is
in the world.
delicious.
Do you have
We
had it.
actually do this.
Like they would come to our school and then they'd have this thing that's like laid out, right?
Yeah.
And it's like hot maple syrup. And you pour it on the snow and then you like take a stick and like
just,
Yeah,
like, you
going to
twirl
the
it up.
sugar bush for like
What do we call them again?
Fucking
I
a
forget.
lie?
No.
There's
Do
no.
we have a name for it?
How? Okay, wait.
no, like
it's like
maple taffy.
it's like a clean.
Yeah, there we go, it's
Wait,
maple
it's like a
taffy.
clean patch of snow, or you just like getting like snow off?
No,
the
we
fucking
we
floor?
get yellow snow from outside.
No, it's clean snow.
Okay,
it's,
got
it's
it.
clean. It's clean.
It's clean snow.
See,
We
like
get
when
clean
you guys like present these ideas, I'm thinking of the most like worst case scenario. Like I literally believe like you're gonna open your window. There's a pile of snow. I'm like, ooh, let's make a treat today, and like pour maple syrup.
I mean, you can like scoop
It's not
it out.
hard.
Like,
Yeah.
it's really easy, but it's
Because like the snow is basically like ice and it's
Yeah.
clean.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not like from the actual ground.
Mhm.
Oh my god, you guys are.
so good.
See, I don't like.
Yeah,
this
I think
game.
we need to make this a segment in every single episode now.
This
Especially
Guys,
now that
this
it's
is
because
so
this is
Quebec.
just this is just gaslighting me. This is just I don't know
No, that's just
anything.
too
I'm
Well, that one
literally-
was true.
What if
That
like,
one was
I-
So
true.
is it gaslighting,
We're
but
educating
it's
you
true?
in that
one day
case.
one day I'm gonna go to Canada and be like, yeah, let me just drop some maple syrup in this snow real quick, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? what the hell are you doing, man?
Sir, please. Sir.
This is a
Please step away
Wendy's.
from the snow. I don't know what you're doing there.
Oh, my
Wait till
God.
Nick finds out about Bonhomme.
Oh man, I don't want to talk about those anymore. Anyway, if you want to catch us on our previous episodes, we are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google, where you can drop reviews. We love to hear what you guys are thinking about the podcast. If you want to continue to hear these guys ask me Canadian questions, where I will continuously
You
be
need
wrong.
to let us know.
Yeah, let us
Because
know.
I will feel bad.
I will contest it as much as possible, but obviously I can't fight what the people want. Oh no.
Leave your favorite made up Canadian fact in our Apple podcast reviews.
Yes. Yes.
Just for fun.
Yeah, you gotta. You gotta. Don't be like super easy with it. Like, you know, saying that we ride polar bears and that we have pet mooses or something like that. Like, get actually
Yeah,
creative.
you gotta get
with
like
people.
creative with the Canadian
Yeah.
things. Apparently everyone knows everything about United States. Nobody knows anything about Canada. It's not like a reverse.
Even though we're like
compatibility.
the better version of you guys. I mean, Nick, recent news in the States.
Anyway, recent news. We are working with Stream Lounge. We'll be watching some content on there.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah. For those of you guys that don't know, Stream Lounge is a platform where we can watch some of your favorite content together. So we can watch Shang-Chi, anything on Disney Plus. I really want everybody to watch Arcane, so maybe that. Anything on Netflix. We can have a watch parties. If you guys are into, watching some stuff and you want to recommend us some stuff, we'll definitely do that too.
Maybe we can all rewatch the Daredevil show.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. But I think tomorrow tomorrow as in the date of the 3rd of December.
December 3rd.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are going to be watching and figuring out a time to watch Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. Keep an eye on that. We'll also keep a link down below and the description of this podcast. Let's see. And today's episode, actually, we're going to be talking about Encanto.
La
Familia. Very excited. I literally just saw it yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So my ideas are very fresh with that movie.
I saw that last Saturday. Yeah.
Saw it last Sunday. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it was the latest Disney release.
Luckily, it wasn't thrown onto Disney Plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm happy I got to go to a theater to experience it.
Yeah. Did you
I went with my cousin, so it was really fun to go see a movie about family with your family.
Did you
I went with friends.
Free voucher, Victoria?
Oh yeah.
No, it was Black Friday deals where I could redeem my points for half as much as usual. So
smart.
I got it completely free.
Nice.
Hell
nice. So this movie is a very cultural influenced movie. A lot of Latino culture in there, and this one is special because unlike movies like Coco, which was very focused on Mexican culture, this one has a very wide array of different Central American cultures that are seen, which I really enjoyed a lot of. I myself am Latino, but what are some of you guys' initial reactions to what's the initial feeling you got when you saw this film? What were you feeling?
My post thoughts.
Let's just what were you thinking walking into it? What were you expecting?
I was honestly expecting to really like it because I not to go I love Latino culture, not to be that guy, but I've always been intrigued and fascinated by it. One of my best friends is also Latina. She's also part El Salvadorian. So yeah.
Cool. What about you, Laiba?
For some reason I was I'm probably not gonna like this because I loved the last Disney movie, which was I think Luca. I loved Luca.
No,
and I don't know why
Pixar.
I didn't. Was it Pixar?
Disney Pixar.
Yeah.
Disney Pixar.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For some reason, I didn't have high because I didn't see a lot of trailers for it, so I didn't know what I was getting into. But then once I watched the trailer, I was like, I'm probably gonna cry. And then I did.
Yeah. What about you, Victoria? Any initial thoughts?
I'm not super familiar with Latino culture, so that side, but at this point, I'm just it's Disney. They've done such a great job with the last few culturally influenced ones, and I knew it was about family, and there's gonna be singing, and it was the way I pictured it, I'm oh, she's a muggle in a magic family, and she's gonna have to bring them together. So I got the gist of it. So I'm just you know what? Can they really go that wrong?
Yeah.
No, no, they can't.
Yeah, they really can't. No, it was great.
I trust them at this point for at least this style of movie.
Yeah, I think going in, I was because I hadn't seen a lot for it, like Leba said, which I thought was a little weird.
Like Shang-Chi.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. Usually
Disney, you getting fishy.
With Disney movies, you'd think you'd see it a lot, and I swear I've only seen the trailers at the theaters for this movie.
I saw it once when it first came out for that first trailer, and that was it. That was literally it.
Yeah.
I didn't see any trailers for it in theaters, but I haven't really been into the family friendly type movies recently, but I feel at least, Shang-Chi, there's a lot more audience, word
Yeah,
of
yeah,
mouth,
yeah.
and stuff about it. I've heard everyone I've talked to loved this movie.
Right.
Spoiler alert, everyone.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone I
spoiler
know
alert. You haven't
loves
seen it.
this movie.
It was good.
It was
It was
good. It
super
was
good.
really
It was
good.
really good.
So I think that's like also driving it, because like I also know like some people were saying like, oh, not a lot of marketing for Shang-Chi because they know it's just a good movie, so
Yeah.
they don't need to try to sell it to you. And I'm like, there's always a little bit of that, because I'm like, it is a really good movie.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
they could have done a little bit more marketing.
Oh yeah, 100%. Does it help that we don't have Disney stores anymore in Canada? So
don't-
like, I
there's
kind of forgot that this was coming out, just because usually Disney
Kind
stores
of,
how I
yeah, 'cause-
know about what's coming out.
Yeah, they usually come out with like merch beforehand,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
before opening day. But the only thing I knew about this movie was that Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yes.
wrote
Right. And
all
his
the
his
songs.
handprints are all over this stupid movie.
Yes.
His entire, his entire signature is all over
Hey,
it.
that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
You can't listen to it and be like, that's not recognize it's Lin.
Right?
Because he throws in at least one of his rap verses.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's really good. I think honestly say we all really enjoyed it. We all really loved it. Before diving into the details of the movie, what about the short? The short that was before the
Oh my!
So I
gotta
missed
talk about
part of
this.
it just because I was
What?
trying to find parking.
Johnny, you can't.
It
be part of
was
this conversation.
holy crap! I was
That was-
watching it.
Based in BC, right? It
I
looked
think
like
so.
BC.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think so.
Wait, the
I think
raccoon?
so.
We're talking about the raccoon.
The raccoons.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Raccoons on the beach.
Yeah, raccoons on the
Yeah.
beach.
I mean, I have
Uh,
seen trash pandas on our beaches before, so I guess.
It was
It was
very
definitely not like a
adorable.
white sand beach or anything.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely like a beach in Vancouver.
Yeah.
But I went with one of my friends, and we were watching it, and then there was that shot where like the like mom or like the dad raccoon was like yelling at the baby, and then it like went black, and we're like, they can't end it like that. Like that's so fucking sad. But then it continued on. I was like, oh my god.
Wait, was it dad raccoon? I thought it was a mom raccoon.
No,
might
okay,
have been
so
a mom,
maybe
I don't
you
know.
probably
I don't know. I missed half of
I
it.
assume you missed the okay, so the first half is
Like I
basically
saw a raccoon fighting a wolf.
Yeah.
Or
That's
was
the
it a
second
fox?
half.
That's the
then.
second half. Okay, so
Okay.
basically what it is like the story of a raccoon and a raccoon baby, right?
Right.
And the raccoon baby doesn't know the dangers of like going out to hunt for food.
Right.
So the raccoon parent, I assume the dad, tries to get food, but then the baby goes off and gets hunted by a wolf. Raccoon,
hurt.
yeah, and gets hurt by the wolf. The dad saves the baby, brings him back to like the tree, and like yells at the raccoon in like a very scarring, very like traumatic way.
Okay.
And then it's like the second half of the short is the exact same story. The baby is now grown up, has his own child, and understands that what he's doing or what they are doing is the same thing that his dad had done prior.
Right.
But
Because
instead
he
of
was yelling and was kind
Yeah.
of like being aggressive, like repeating the thing, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh
Mhm.
shit."
but like approaches it in a very different way by like showing him the danger from the treetop and like, oh, this is why we have to be careful. This is why we do this, and then teaches him how to hunt for food properly. And it was just like, it was so
So
It was
Like the unlearning, like
emotional.
the parenting style
The-
of
yeah.
parents.
Was it the first thing I pointed out from the segments I did see was just generational trauma, to say the
Yes.
least.
It was very much about that, and then like the scars that each of them had, because the dad had scars.
Yeah.
The first dad had scars, and then obviously the baby had scars. But it's like this. I think it was like a metaphor. It's like, yeah, you have scars, but like that doesn't mean they have to be that hasn't been
Transferred
brought
on
to the next
forever.
generation. Yeah. So it was a very insightful story. I thought it was very beautiful. I think everyone can agree it was a very beautiful story. I cried.
I did.
Yeah, and like when he was showing his baby the scar, and then the baby like reached out to touch the scar, and I was like, oh, this is fucking stupid.
Like you just started.
Yeah, it was very emotional. This whole movie was like very emotional. But yeah, that shirt was fantastic. Raccoons are cute.
It was good.
They're
It
very
was a good
good.
soup.
All right. So y'all like the short. Let's talk
Yes.
about the actual movie. This time we had our initial thoughts. We talked about the short. Let's just dive into like what is the biggest part of this movie is like the music, right?
Yes.
So like what was everyone's favorite song so far? Like in that whole rendition.
I got two.
You got two?
I got two. I can't choose between the two.
Yeah, I have two. I haven't had a chance to really listen to them afterwards, but like there was two that
I
put
kept
a lot
listening
of
to it at the gym.
impact to me as well. I don't know. I'll just say mine first. Both of the sisters songs.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love Isabel's song. That was one of my favorites.
I feel like they had like a lot of very good and relatable, like emotional weight to them. So like those are the ones that really hit me in the theater. That made my eyes a little swell up.
Oh man.
I felt.
What about
I
you?
really felt
Laiba?
for the Isabella song.
I love We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Oh,
That was a good one.
I
That's a good one.
loved it.
That was a good
I
one.
listened to it every day on my
That's a
way
good
to
one.
campus. I
a good
loved it.
one.
It's so good. It's
Yeah.
so good. Yeah.
I think like early on I clocked like he's probably still in the house. No one said he left. Like,
He's just sitting there. He's like,
oh man.
No one said he died. He's
Like,
just
no one
like,
said he
oh,
died.
he went
God.
away.
Like,
I
where
thought
did
he
he
ran away.
go? No, like I knew like he ran away, but I was like the whole setting of this movie's in the house. He's probably still in the house, and he was definitely in the house. I thought it was really cool.
Also, spoilers for Encanto if you
Yeah, we
haven't
said
seen it
that.
yet,
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah. But I figured he was either going to be in the house or just beyond those mountains.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, there's two places
Yeah.
for him.
Those were the two places I was thinking. Yeah.
Johnny, you said which one was your favorite out of the sisters?
Isabel's song
Uh-huh.
about being perfect and all that, and
Uh-huh.
then finding out like what you really want and having to abide by what everyone else in your family might want, just because like I'm
Right.
the eldest in my family.
Right.
So I felt the ideas of having those expectations put on you.
Mm-hmm.
But like I also really felt for our main character in that way as well, right? Where
Yeah.
at sometimes you just want to help, but you are the absolute screw up,
Mhm.
and they just don't want your help. So there
Mhm.
was that. But it wasn't. The other song I really love is the first song, the Family Madrigal.
Fuzzy
Madrigal.
Oh, that was
Madrigal.
good.
Yeah,
Really sets
I
up
really
the
like the
whole
intro
thing,
song.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mine is definitely the Louisa's song, the one, the oldest sister.
Yes.
The strong
Yeah.
one. She has such an upbeat song, and it's just like this is definitely Lin-Manuel Miranda. Just like
it like went in a
Yeah.
completely different direction.
Yeah, it
like
was
halfway through, I
so
was like,
cool.
oh shit.
I
um,
loved her character so much.
I know she's so like all the characters are really like
She's such a sweetie.
full of energy. They make you just feel good. So it was just that song alone was like I'm in this movie now. I'm like into this.
Like before that song, I was just like, there's not so much depth with the family yet.
Yeah.
Like we know that like they all have powers and they all have their different things and stuff, but like that's the moment we're like, oh right, we're actually gonna get to see like in depth of more than just
like what their powers are.
what's her
like,
face?
Yeah.
The main
Mar-
character,
Oh,
Maribel.
Maribel. Yeah.
Yes.
Maribel, yeah.
Maribel.
Yes.
Maribel.
So with the characters, was there any ones that like resonated with you guys at all? Other than
Maribel.
Maribel, yeah.
Wait, no. Bruno.
Bruno, yeah.
I
can kinda
resonated
feel
the most with Bruno.
I like Bruno. I think those are the two prominent characters. It's like because everyone else doesn't get a lot of screen time, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what you kind of get away from them is like what you can just like interpret from them. Maribel was a very good character. I think obviously she carried the entire thing, and the one thing
Voiced by Stephanie Beatriz.
yeah, that's,
From Brooklyn Nine-Nine fame. I'm like, wait, what? It's Rosa?
I keep forgetting that's not her actual voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had it lower in Brooklyn.
She has a
Nine-Nine.
very
Yeah.
happy
She
voice
has a
in
very
person.
high pitched voice. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Fun fact, she's also like really blind, apparently.
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. Into the Heights too. She uses her like natural voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't talk about that movie right now.
Next time.
Yeah, like I think what's her name? Maribel.
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 She was like well, since she's the most relatable character, how do you guys relate to her in a sense? What was a trait that was very like attracting to you guys? Because
I already threw mine out there.
so for me,
She was just like
okay, yeah, go ahead.
very like she was just like she had that otherness from like the rest of her family,
Mhm.
even though like all of her other family is magical and like she's just like town,
Normie.
like,
Mhm.
you know, townspeople, whatever. So like technically she's in the majority with the rest of the town,
Right.
but like feeling like you're so far removed, so different from the rest of your family is just like, how do you relate to your siblings? How do you relate to the rest of your family when
Yeah.
like, so that was like one of those like very relatable things too. And it's also like, yeah, like maybe you have ideas, but like people might not see the value in the same way that you do.
Right. Yeah.
Which is
Like she is still
very
part of the
interesting.
family, right?
Mhm.
And it's kind of like explored with the kids. They're like, "What's your power?" And it's like the whole family is like defined by what they can do, not by like
Mhm.
kind of who they
Who
are.
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Laiba?
There were certain parts where I was like, holy crap, is that me?
Love that.
It was when a lot of her family was like, you're getting in the way.
Oh,
Or
Yeah.
they're like, they
Ugh.
felt really like, because she felt really different compared to her family. And then there's like the part where her grandmother was treating her like shit. I was like, holy crap. I was like, that's me.
Oh my god, the microaggression from the grandmother was
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah, just like
Even
that like
gaslighting.
disappointment.
Yeah,
Yeah, just like that
man.
disappointment the grandmother felt when she didn't like when Moneybell didn't get her powers.
Mhm.
Or
But in
whatever.
many
It
ways,
was that
generational trauma.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy. I was like,
That's me.
just oh my god.
What?
Johnny, you already said like how you
Like, it's this idea that you want to consistently help, but everyone just says you're getting in the way. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's never a fun time.
Yeah.
Nope.
For me, like with Maribel, it's very growing up in a Latino household and like being known to like everyone knows that you're mixed, right? Like the
Mhm.
family accepts me, like my family accepts me. But like community wise,
Yeah.
no one accepts me. So it's like I felt that similar experience through Medivel in the sense that like I don't feel a part of Latino culture, even though that is like who I am. And it was so like hard hitting. Like every scenario was like something I had felt at some point in my life, something that like I can experience, and I just felt like I felt seen like in that movie. You know, it's like even when you are like I don't know if this is like intentional, but like there's like internalized problems in the Latino community already. Even if you are fitting this standard of like, yeah, this is my blood, this is who I am, you're still not good enough sometimes, and that sucks. One thing I do want to point out, there's a lot of Afro-Latino representation in this movie. Like
I was
a
gonna
lot.
say,
Yeah.
like, it's more than I think I've ever seen in media, period.
Mm-hmm.
And I even messaged Amanda just vibing because Amanda's just a big predicator for
Afro-Latino
wanting
representation.
proper Afro-Latino representation. I'm like, hey, how did this movie really do it for you? And I don't think she's seen it yet, so yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah, I think it's more.
Yeah.
I think there's actually more Afro-Latino
'Cause, like,
characters
you got
shown than
this
like,
side of the
Oh.
family,
yeah,
which I
Yeah.
just love.
The warm color side of
yeah,
the
it was
family.
Yeah.
really great.
I also want to add on too for Maribel. I also really appreciated and related part of her character. Like she's, more gentle and she listens, but she also won't kind of put up with the shit. Be like, no, like this is wrong. Like Louisa is like under too much pressure. So like, you know what? Good. Like she can't lift anything
Yeah.
because like that's too much for her. And like Isabella like doesn't want to be this person all the time. So
Mhm.
like, you know what? Screw you guys.
Yeah,
like, no,
yeah.
I'm going to advocate for my sisters. I'm gonna advocate and call out the bullshit that this family is like being all taboo about. Like, oh, we don't speak about Bruno. We don't speak about the cracks
Yeah.
in the wall and stuff like that. It's just like, yeah, that's the kind of like, yeah, you gotta fucking end that way of thinking
Right.
at some point. And I don't know. specifically. Like I'm sure it obviously happens in Latino households because that's what this movie is about. The don't speak, don't tell. But like I know that's like something very relatable also in like every family, because there's just some things you just don't talk
You
about.
don't talk about, yeah.
And it's just like, you know, it'd be a lot more comfortable and easier, and you can heal a lot better if
you
you
just
do talk about
it,
some
yeah.
things.
Yeah. One of the moments I cried, it was such a stupid moment because it was not significant at all, but it was when they were under the bed right before his cousin got the door, and the moment the kids said, "I wish you had a door," I don't know why I started bawling, because I was like, that's basically just like I wish you belonged somewhere, you know. It was like one of those, like, he said it in a way that was like, I wish you could feel a part of something, but also in the same way you can take it as like you don't fit somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, it was a very sad moment for me.
Yeah,
but like
kids notice
from
things. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Kids see things.
I was gonna say I interpreted it as he can tell that the family treats her differently.
Yeah.
Right.
And he loves her and cares about her so much. And he's just like, I don't know why people don't do that. Like, maybe if you had a door, then
it's the childlike wonder perspective. Yeah.
Like, I don't want you to hurt because of not having a door.
Yeah.
So
And like I was like crying.
Such a cute
I was
kid.
like, this why am I crying
So
right now?
good.
He's so cute.
What's his name? Like, was it Diego or something like that?
What's
I
his
don't know.
name?
I knew it started with a D.
Coming to
He
character
was
list.
such a
There's so many characters in this movie.
I definitely don't remember everyone's name.
Well,
but I was gonna say other characters I related to, like again, it's like a mix of all three sisters, with Louisa like feeling the the pressures of like different family situations and stuff going on. And they were watching it with my cousin. She's eldest daughter, so she was like, that hit me right in the gut. That was a little too real. And then like the perfect one too, it's just like, I also I mean, like, I feel like my brother is like that person. I'm just like, you know what, he isn't just like a perfect kid too. Like I have that.
What is this? Okay, so have you guys heard the theory that like they're just like all the sisters are just queer? Like they're all, or not all of them are, because
I mean that whole family is pretty queer.
The whole
I mean, there's kind of like rainbow colors here if you look.
I mean, Dolores ends up with the dude, the Prince Charming.
Yes.
I don't even know.
The one who hears everything.
I fucking hate that guy.
The guy who talks really loud.
The guy who talks really loud and loves his mother. Red flags, whatever. Anyway, but
he
like
was cute though.
Yeah, I mean, like he had the he looked like Gaston.
He looked perfect.
Yeah, he was that was his whole thing. But like, what was it? The oldest, not the oldest sister, the plant sister. What was her name?
Isabel.
Isabel. Yeah.
Isabel.
Isabel.
Who's voiced by Dan Guerrero? Guerrero, who plays Crazy Jane in Doom Patrol, and she's amazing. She's also wonderful in Orange is the New Black.
Ooh. So Isabel, she I had seen on TikTok people were talking about like, when she accepts that like she doesn't have to be like perfect anymore, and like her room is decorated with like, I think one of the queer flags. I'm not entirely sure which one.
So was it like, did she have like lesbian flowers? Probably.
I think so. Something.
This
like
is all
that.
pink for pinks and oranges.
Pinks,
and
purples, stuff like that. So there was that, and I thought that was an interesting take. Because like
I didn't notice like a lot of the like colors of the bi flag in her room. So yeah.
But it was just interesting because again, like this movie deals with a lot of like internalized Latino problems, I guess, is what I can take away from it, right? Queerness is not something Latino people really take fond of a lot of the time. So having that kind of expression and people like relate to that, I think is important. I'd seen that, and then like I'm not really sure what incentivized like Louisa to be like queer. Obviously, she like just deals with a lot of stress. I don't know, maybe like
she didn't have as strong of a like a metaphor of like that internalizing, because like a lot of her thing is just like, traveling family weight, head of household sort of duties. I mean, I feel like people were just claiming her as queer just because she is like
the
bigger
like
and buffer, and
buffer.
she's
Yeah.
got
yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah. Which
She's
is like,
more built,
but like,
which is like not necessary. Like that's not necessarily like a queer thing. I would more say like Isabel was more representative of that. Like like learning to love this inside of you that you think she thinks is ugly and imperfect is a lot more conducive to like
right.
a queer metaphor.
I'm not gonna lie, like after her little transformation into like the more edgier look and all that, I was like, hello.
With Luisa, it's like, yeah, she is stronger and she's like built much more bigger, but like her musical number had feminine qualities to it, and it's like that like she's still a woman, from as far as we know, like she's still a female character. And like I think that was also just like kind of important. Like I feel like people did have that idea. It's like, oh, she's just like a dude bro because she's like stronger and bigger,
No,
but
but
it's like,
she's still very feminine
she's
and
still
like
very feminine,
very soft and stuff in the inside, in which she doesn't get to express. And I think too, it's just like if people see themselves in Luisa and like see her as queer, all fine. Like like any of the characters, like go for it. But it's just like, you know what? It's also really nice to see different body types.
Yes.
Of feminine woman being feminine.
Yeah.
Too. Even though like she's strong, she lifts. Like that doesn't mean there isn't
a femininity to
like
it.
Femininity and just like in that strength and stuff too. And it's just like, like to each their own if you see yourself in it or not. But like I don't like it when people just typecast, be like, oh, she's very
strong,
traditionally masculine feelings. So like be like, that's not an excuse to say why somebody's sexuality is a certain way or not. Like it's not like she's trying to rebel against and be like, oh no, I have to wear pants and do this and do that. Like just like no, she's still very much a woman.
I love that they didn't make her character wear pants.
Yeah, she still wears a skirt.
I love she wears a skirt. She looks cute.
Yeah. And then like she's like very emotional and like it's so funny. Like when she starts like, it was heavy, and then she like starts bawling. when she was trying to bring
she can't push the piano.
I was like, oh no. That was so funny.
And she's crying.
And I'm like, she's trying her best, man. Like this isn't fair.
I wish I had a sister just for like that. Like fact, I'm like, I see so much in their sisterly bond. I'm like or Louisa and Isabel also opening up to Maribel and stuff too. I'm just like, this is very sweet. Like I'm really happy they got to like be closer like in that way.
Oh man.
Sisters.
Right. But we all generally love the film. How does this compare to your favorite Disney film? Did we talk about our favorite Disney film the last time we talked about Disney?
We talked about some of them like Mulan.
We talked about like all of Disney.
All of Disney.
We know Victoria's and Moana.
I like re-listened to that episode.
It felt very Moana.
I re-listened to that episode. It's us just listing a bunch of Disney properties over and over again. And it's like nonstop.
It's still a good episode, by the way.
It was, but like
I still like it. We got emotional.
I was like, I don't think we talked about anything substantial. We just listed a bunch of Disney properties.
It was people getting to know us.
No, I guess not.
No, but it felt very Moana to me in the sense it's like about family. It's not necessarily about God. Like it's just like that, how to manage family expectations and like how to like, like lead with kindness, and it made me happy and emotional. And obviously you could tell both had songs written by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, Moana was a little less, so he came later into that project. But but the same sort of like they're all very colorful, and it's about family, and it's like I enjoy that a lot in the Disney movies. Even when Raya and the Last Dragon, like that one was different because it wasn't like movie musical,
right. It was
per se, but I'm like, I like how they've been going towards like this sort of family oriented route. It also like gives like, oh, it's like Moana times 10 because there's like so many more characters. But like that makes it like a lot more relatable for a lot more people. So you can see yourself in a little bit of everyone.
And what about you, Laiba? Where is it on your Disney scale?
I think.
Doesn't even have to be like your favorite, like compared to your favorite, just like, you know.
Well, my favorite is The Lion King, but nothing can compare to that. But
We know your favorite
mean-
Lion King. We know we know your favorite's Lion King.
COVID?
Roasting. All right. God. But yeah, I think this movie is like a lot different than other Disney movies. I don't know. I think it's because like there's obviously like a lot of characters. Like Tangled, there's only one character that the story revolves around, and same with Soul, same with Luca. It's like two characters. Same with Frozen, but I feel like this we can relate to everybody, and I don't know. I like found like the vibe of it quite different than other Disney movies. Still made me cry though, but like
yeah. I think one of the biggest things that makes it very different. I know like sometimes like we always say like, oh, this movie feels different. Like I can actually pinpoint things that are different in this movie. Like she doesn't have an animal companion. That's like a common trope in a lot of Disney movies. That guy showed up for like 5 minutes though.
He literally ditched her.
Yeah, he ditched her. But I mean, like
technically had a companion for a little bit.
I think the toucan was supposed to play on that joke. It's like, oh look, see, I'm your little buddy now since you started your adventure, and then he dipped.
Psych.
Yeah, and he's like, never
This
mind.
toucan's voiced by Alan Tudyk as well.
Oh, okay, well, there you go.
He voices Hey Hey and a toucan now.
So I
Justice
think it was
for Hey Hey always.
I think it was supposed to like represent like we know that they always got animal companions. Let's joke about it and then let's just take them out immediately. Because I always feel like they like a common thing with Disney is like characters need when the character needs someone to talk to, they need something to talk to.
Yeah.
So they'll have like an animal companion or like a best friend. And she did this whole journey by herself, you know?
Oh yeah.
And I think that was like pretty unique, and it's like because it feels very self-empowering.
But like even with Coco, he had the
dog. He had the dog. And then
Yeah.
he had his uncle as well.
Mhm.
And yeah, she
Oh, God,
interacts with her uncle Bruno, but like he doesn't join the adventure. Like it's literally
it is
So,
a
like, peace.
Your
problem.
Sorry.
yeah.
He's like, guys.
Which was also just like in terms of like adventure, the whole adventure is in the house,
That's
which is
what I love
cool.
about it.
Like that's so cool, you know. I thought like it was gonna be some fantastical journey. Yeah, they kind of get away and cheat a little bit when all the rooms are like different scenarios and different
different dimensions.
biomes.
It's bigger on the inside. Doctor Who references.
Yeah, I know. I remember when they said that. I was like, yeah, it's a Doctor Who. I know that one.
I giggled when I heard it.
I had a real Steve Rogers moment watching that.
I understood that reference.
I understood that reference.
Like, huh?
But yeah, it's like, you know, they got away with it because it's like all the rooms are different, like biomes and stuff. But it's cool, like thinking about it. It's like the whole setting is technically one setting, and that's creative.
I love how the adventure too isn't necessarily also going throughout the house. Like as you mentioned, like they had like some of the different rooms, mainly like Bruno's room and like throughout the different rooms of the house. But I just love how most of the adventure is her getting the family gossip.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cool. Yeah.
It was just so fun. It's like, oh, hey, let me talk to you and this and this. Okay, I got a little bit more information. Like go this, and then like I like how her dad was actually being a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're, like, sticking up to the grandmas. I'm like, good on being a good guy who married into the family.
Son-in-law.
I literally was like, when the grandma was like, what did she say? She's like, how you should be thinking about the family, and he was like, I was thinking about my daughter, and I was like in the theater, I was like, yeah, you tell her.
A little fucking hush and tell and like this and that and like getting the gossip.
Yeah.
So
Oh
good.
man, that's so funny.
Good.
It's really the movie explores a lot of different ways to like progress story without the traditional of like go here, get a hint, go somewhere else, get a hint. It does that, but like character driven.
Yeah.
And that's really where this movie shines, I think. What about you, Johnny? I think where does it fall in your Disney scale?
Like just compare it to like recent Disney released movies, because like the last animated one I think Disney released was Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yes.
Yes, last one was
Yes.
Raya. Yeah.
Technically, it was Jungle Cruise.
Live action ones don't count. Live actions don't count
Okay,
right now.
okay.
But just like animated.
I mean, live action.
Live action.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's how much live, like how like the Lion King.
Just live action.
Hey, I still enjoy that live action film. I don't care what people say. I love Donald
I-
Glover, and I stand by it.
Donald Glover.
But nonetheless, like compared to say Ryan the Last Dragon
Mhm.
and Onward and all that, like I say it stands quite well from the others because like, you know, like I could relate way more to Raya if I really want to because it has an Asian protagonist. But in terms of an actual story, I feel like Encanto did way more for me
Mhm.
because of that family dynamic alone. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, something about it was really satisfying to watch about
Mhm.
Encanto.
Mhm.
And just the music.
Can we also mention how it was perfectly timed to Thanksgiving weekend in the States of where dysfunctional families come together?
Right.
True.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
I was just like, this is kind of funny. Like, this is like a good reminder. I feel like families go see this in the theaters together over Thanksgiving.
Right, yeah.
It might help a couple arguments of being like, oh, maybe we shouldn't be as harsh on each other just a
Right.
little bit.
When I went to so for Thanksgiving, I went to my family who's like in Riverside, and that's like a 45-minute drive up in the valley. And my aunt, she's been collecting these what is it? These Snow Village buildings for 18 years, right? 18 years she's been collecting these Snow Village buildings. She had an entire living room, like wall to wall, Christmas Village. It's insane. And I was like, I don't understand how people can do this. I just felt so disconnected, like being in that living room. And I was like, how is, like, it's cool. But no, I was like, nope. The avoiding of family members when I was over there, like avoiding of topics. I have one who like continuously tries to tell me about like Disneyland and Disney World. Like I didn't used to go like every week. He would just mansplain everything to me, and it was very not fun.
Do you have a Bruno to not talk about?
Do we have a?
I feel like every family kind of has a Bruno.
My family is the
I do.
Bruno.
Yeah, technically we do have a Bruno. Yeah, we have people we don't talk about. We all got our skeletons in the closet. You know, that's just family. It just feels
Exactly,
silly.
it's relatable.
Just silly and quirky family. Just, you know.
We got all the uncle living in the walls with some rats.
We all have an uncle living in the wall.
Oh yeah,
That sounds creepy.
One of the things about that house is so cool. It's just like it doesn't make any sense, but it makes perfect sense at the same time. You know?
Yeah.
Like
I love how it's alive and it has a personality.
oh yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
This house had more personality than most movies I've seen lately, by the way.
Yeah. The thing that sets the standard for like inanimate object friend is definitely the carpet from Aladdin, you know?
Yeah.
Like you got to bring that energy if you're going to be an inanimate object and be a friend, you know? And that's what the house was. The house was El Casita was definitely MVP in most of those movies. For my ranking in like the Disney scale, I think we walked out of the theater and I told my fiance like I think this was better than both of the Frozen films, you know?
Oh yes, 100%. I will agree to that.
But she really likes Frozen 2. Because of the dynamic between Elsa and Anna. Yeah. And I get that. Like I get that. It's very substantially important. I don't know. I liked it. I think it's definitely up there in like top 5 for me. But I know Frozen is like one of the biggest staples of Disney right now. So it's like that's like where
I'd rather it be.
I would say like because obviously Moana's my number one and stuff. Like this one's really up there. Frozen 2 was also very much up there because I also like they didn't stray away from being like you know what, the white people were wrong in indigenous issues.
Yeah.
And like some of those songs just make me fall so hard. But yeah, it's completely up there with those like S tier, like
right,
way up there.
I love
definitely S tier.
I love Kristoff's song, "Lost in the Woods."
Lost in the Wood.
Oh my god, he's just simping the whole time.
I like how he was just like kind of like not really in
the main story.
Like
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think because like I like Frozen 2, and it's like, why is Kristoff there? You could have done the whole movie without Kristoff being there.
Gotta sell boy toys.
Yeah,
Duh.
but like, I mean, we got that song by Weezer, and I was really excited for that. So,
Oh, good. Yeah.
yeah. My fiance's in the chat, and she says Frozen 2 was Anna's song, explains grief perfectly, and it helped a lot with Lola's passing, and that was like someone that was very important to us. So, like, Frozen 2.
Yeah, that
good
song
movie.
is.
I love that song.
It made
It's
me
really
cry
good.
like a baby because
Yeah.
I'm just like, I know. Yep, this does entail grief perfectly.
Yeah.
I can't listen to it in the car, or else I will crash. Like, 'cause, like,
Yeah.
will
I
start
can't
crying.
listen to the Come
Me
From
listening to
Away
Hot Soup.
soundtrack in the car with the rest
Oh
of my
my
show
God.
tunes because I will cry at any song.
Oh, it's like Coco for me. Remember Me? Fuck.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. I think that's the song that
I'm
does it in
dead.
for me.
God, I
I
hate
think
how
that's
that.
the
I feel like
song that
Coco is
does it.
also up there being like S tier.
Oh yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah.
100%.
yeah.
Family stories. They're
For
great.
me, it is up there with Mulan, to say the least.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Mulan's my absolute favorite. So
Well, we talked about like Mulan and like Moana. Those are
Yeah.
like good represented movies. So how do you think this fares in terms of like, you know, representation, you know, for like we've talked about like queer culture, Latino culture. How do you think it fares like being a film dedicated to like sharing that? How well do you guys think it works?
I'll quickly go first because I'm not as familiar
Sure,
in
go
Latino
ahead.
cultures. But I loved to see it. I love seeing
Yeah.
like how Johnny's background picture, he has everybody there. And then
Right.
like you have like everyone, there's all sorts of different
Except for
groups you can
Bruno.
tell is like represented there. And it's just it shows the beauty and the colorfulness and like the food. And I'm just like I'm glad to see it.
Mhm.
I can't
Mhm.
say whether it was good or bad representation,
Mhm.
but it seemed
No, but-
respectful enough to me. Like even like using like I noticed like just little things with like the flowers that Isabel would grow is like a lot like there was a lot more like cactus and succulents and stuff that you might get towards I don't know more tropical
Yeah,
areas
yeah.
than like you get up here in Canada. So I'm like that makes sense. Like,
Right.
but it I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I'm
good to see.
happy to
Right.
see it. And I'm just like, you know, I learn more. Like I can see different food. I can see different people or housing styles and I'm happy for
It's
it.
good, yeah. What about you, Laiba?
Representation wise, I like Victoria said, I love to see it.
Mhm.
I love seeing different cultures be represented. And plus like being half Filipino, they kind of do have similar aspects in the culture.
Mm.
So watching it, I was like, oh, like I was like, oh my God, I do that.
didn't Spaniards like take over the Philippines?
Yeah.
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 It's
Just
terrible.
had to make sure.
Awful
Colonize
history.
it.
But yes,
They were
it happened.
colonized.
They were
Colonizers.
Yeah.
Colonizers. Woo.
But
I just had to make sure.
no,
you're
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Yes,
Well,
that
that's
was historically accurate.
also why they were pretty
Mhm.
similar because of that. And just watching it, I love to see it, especially to see that like a lot of families don't really look alike.
Mhm.
You know, like it's literally a range of color,
Yes.
like skin wise and hair texture and shapes and sizes. I love to see how they're all different.
Mhm.
Mhm.
What about you, Johnny?
I'm not going to speak on behalf of Latinx cultures and individuals, but my best friend who's a Latina and part El Salvadorian says she absolutely loves it and that she related every single bit of it. And, you know, just me being full Chinese, just being not fully surrounded by Latinx culture, but like enough of it from my friend who tells me enough about it, I can see why there's relevance in this film. And it's absolutely beautiful, to say
Right.
the least, right? And like Lava said, it's a large array of family members that look different, even with Isabel and Maribel?
Maribel.
Maribel.
Yeah, like they don't look entirely the same, but they're still sisters nonetheless, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
For me, it's like one of the biggest things in media for like Latino people is usually that it is associated with specifically Mexican culture, which is great. However, it's not interchangeable, right?
Mhm.
Like that's not interchangeable with what, you know, people from Central America are going through. It's from different countries down there. And while there are a lot of similarities, it's not, you can't just put Mexican culture in a film and be like, look, there's your Latino culture. It's like, okay, but there's also like a lot
So
of
much
other
more.
cultures you need to address. There's a lot of cultures that we need to like recognize, right? It was like the conversation we had about like Raya the Last Dragon, right? It's
Yeah.
like we see a lot of different cultures be associated in this movie, but it's really hard to pinpoint where it all
Yeah.
begins
Yeah.
and lies, right?
Mhm.
I think this movie does a much better job at like blurring those lines, but also solidifying those identities,
Mhm.
especially in the way that all of them look. That one is
Mhm.
a big thing, because they all look drastically different,
Mhm.
but they are all still a family. And that part is what really hammers in that, like, yeah, we're all different, but we're
Mhm.
still united, you know?
Mhm.
Um,
They all find a way to work together,
and they all find a
especially in
way.
the end, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This film does a great job at representing all different walks of life, all different kinds of people. One of the biggest tropes that I think a lot of representation falls under is like food, you know?
Yes.
Mhm.
I feel like sometimes it's just overplayed. It's like, how do you connect to this culture? Well, food. I was like, okay, great.
I mean,
Is there a different way you can like relate to my culture other than what you order on the menu? And now they do explore that a little bit, but it's not like the defining thing.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because that's like a big, like, it was one of those storytelling points in Raya the Last Dragon where they shared that soup.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, well, yeah, food connects everybody, you know? And they're like, oh, we're going to have a big dinner because that's what brings everybody together. Like, okay, cool, great. But like, I kind of want something that's like tangible, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. I like how it had food, but it wasn't about
It
like
wasn't like,
the family meal. It wasn't
Yeah.
like this or that.
it complemented the story, not like it
Yeah.
was about the story,
Mm-hmm.
essentially. Yeah. What were you going to say, Johnny?
I was just gonna bring up a quick fact because there's actually a creator on TikTok who I just remember. I think her name's Anna.
Mhm.
She's a redhead Latina out there,
Mhm.
and I watch a lot of her stuff, and she apparently gets invalidated a lot from the Latinx community as well. And while watching this film, you have the auntie here whose emotions
Right.
change with the
With
weather.
the weather, yeah.
Yeah, and the look of her there, I'm just like, yeah, no, like she kind of reminded me of this one creator, which was absolutely amazing as
Mhm.
well, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, just want to bring that quickly up.
Yeah, it breaks a lot of pre-assumed ideas that are like in media that like only Latino people look a certain way.
Yeah.
Because like again, the aunt is like a redhead or like she
Mhm.
has light colored hair. What's that famous actress? She's on Modern Family.
Sofia
The
Vergara?
yeah,
No.
Sofia Vergara. Her hair is blonde. Her hair is not black. But a majority of people think that her hair is black, and that's not true. She's from Colombia, I think, and then she
Yeah.
has blonde hair, like straight blonde hair. But to fit this stereotype that we've known to be Latino people, oh, we're gonna dye her hair black so we can distinguish her from the rest of the cast, and that part is. That's where you get into the conversations of like, okay, representation's great, but when you do it incorrectly, it becomes a problem,
Mhm.
right?
Like even my best friend, she has like some strands of red hair because her
Yeah.
mom also has red hair.
Mhm.
So to see a redheaded Latina was very interesting for me to see after knowing all this, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
And it takes me back to like Sandra Oh to like
Mhm.
having to fight for her
Yeah.
curly hair
Right.
in so like her hair doesn't just get straight and so she looks
Mhm.
like everyone else. Well, no, this is my hair. This is what Asian people look
Mhm.
like. It's
Mhm.
like it's nice to also like be pointed out, recognized like, oh, it's not just a problem in our community either. Like
And to reassure what Laiba said, there are a lot of similarities in Filipino culture and Latino culture. And me specifically, I can confirm like that is true. Like that's I've lived both sides. They're very similar. They're very much the same. And you know, it's and again, they're not interchangeable. However, it is like comforting to know like you know
Overlap.
yeah, there is
Yeah.
not an overlap in a sense, but there is understanding to each
Mhm.
other, right?
Mhm.
Which makes me a very specific person to be like, we're not different, but we are unique. In the sense that I can recognize that you are Latino, I can recognize you are Filipino, but you don't know how much you and I might be the same, you know.
Yeah.
So it's always strange to me. Like now thinking about it, it's like, why do people like have this like hate mentality? It's like, you're different than I am, but really you're not. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's very insightful to live both lives because I see that, and that's what like this movie kind of shows me through Maribel. It's like she lives the life of a normal person, but she also lives the life of these magical people, right? And she understands both of them, but somehow doesn't fit into either of them. And that's how like I feel all the time. It's
It's
awful.
a mixed person, kind of like a mixed
exactly,
person
yeah.
thing.
It's
Like,
kind of being that mixed person identity.
you're like, I'm a part of it, but I'm not enough. But like to everybody else, I am more, but I'm
but
not
I'm
the
still
same.
not enough.
Yeah.
Um,
But to my white friends, you're completely
You're
different.
completely
Yeah.
nothing,
You know?
God.
I know. It's like
I'm not white with the white friends.
Not
I'm
white
not
enough.
Asian enough with the Asian friends. And it's like, oh, she's not magical enough to be with her family. And then
Right.
like she goes out there and be like, oh, you're part of this magical family. Like, how can I even be like, what?
What? No,
like,
I can
I'm
do.
How could I
things
ever
with-
compare?
Exactly.
I swear I'm
yeah.
just
Yeah.
normal, but like I feel embarrassed by this kind of because
Yeah.
how am I supposed to say that I'm different?
Yeah. Well, but it's a very shared experience, right? Like we all took away like a very similar idea from the movie, comparing our experiences to like Maribel and the rest of the family. How do you feel like the plot kind of? How did you feel about the story moving forward through the movie? Like, did you ever felt like it was slow, or did you ever felt like it was fast?
I did feel that it was kind of slow. I wanted more from it towards the end.
Mhm.
Like the part where Abuelita was talking about her husband dying, whose name was Pedro.
Mhm.
But
Pedro.
oh my god, that song made me cry.
Oh no.
That little flashback. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah, yeah.
I was like,
Imagine
oh,
if he was voiced by Pedro Pascal.
Can you
She
imagine?
died
That would've
a
been fire.
single mother. Oh my
Uh,
god.
yeah.
Hey,
and
fuck colonizers, man. That was
Yo, fuck the colonizers.
Okay, quick thing. I asked my friend if
Fuck
it was
them
white people that were the
colonizers.
villains in that. She's like, no, it's not the white people. And then she said she'd tell me later, but she still hasn't told me.
It's the Spaniards. They came in.
Is it?
you know,
Okay,
like,
I
yeah.
had to make sure. I wasn't sure.
Doesn't matter. They're colonizers. They're people who weren't supposed to
the
be there.
colonizers. But
I would say like I'll
yeah,
blame white people because it's easier.
Yeah. Go ahead, Laiba.
But yeah, I was like, maybe it was because the entire thing took place in the house.
Mhm.
For some reason, I was waiting for her to like leave and explore, but I'm like, well, that wouldn't make sense since she's trying to keep the house
the house.
together
Yeah.
and fix the house and keep her family together. So it would completely defeat the purpose if she left. But
Mhm.
then, I don't know, just watching it, I was like, it is a little slow, and I felt like it ended quicker than I expected to,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but like I still loved it.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, like for me, I mean, it didn't feel as slow to me, but partially because it's like an hour shorter than most of the other
Yeah.
movies I've been
Mhm.
watching. So I'm just like, that didn't even like occur to me, but I really liked how my expectations were subverted away from that adventure trope with
Right.
sidekick animal
hmm
meets a boy along the way
Falls in
sort
love.
of vibe, or like have like I still found it weird that they had like the Kokomora and like Moana. Like I know that's like a cultural kind of reference that they kind of toyed and made into.
Right.
That was kind of like I'm just like, where did that come from? But like there wasn't really any moments like of where did that come from for me, which was
Right.
nice. And I really liked how my expectations were subverted. It was like, no, what she really needs to do is like really talk to her grandmother to make sure everyone
Mhm.
in the family is doing okay, because like you learn that like you get hints of that through the sister songs of like
Mhm.
oh the way she's going to fix the family is by actually like listening
Right. Right.
being
Yeah.
there for her family.
Right.
And I'm like, this is good. But yeah, I don't know.
No, I
I'm
totally-
not super
get
picky
you.
with movies,
I
but I'm
get
just
you, I
like,
get
this
you.
is nice.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Johnny?
Was it like I think it was the pacing was a bit off for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the flow didn't feel like it. Whenever something hit, it felt like it hit harder than I thought
Right.
it would.
Uh huh.
because like you jump from point to point rather than
Mhm.
flowing throughout. I think that's the best way I can describe it.
Right.
But then again, like I think it's also because like the music, the songs that they had in there were like very memorable in that way. So like they stuck out way more than the points in between that led up to the next song in some ways, you know?
Yeah.
So there was that for me. But overall, like, and also the resolution felt a bit too quick in
Yeah.
some ways.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I'm not gonna lie, I saw the movie less than a week ago, and I'm currently having issues remembering how she repaired the house after it fell apart.
They just
Community.
They built it
They
together.
just
family
rebuilt
came
They just
back.
rebuilt it? Okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just rebuilt
And then
it.
after, like, the La Casita was all like, surprise,
Surprise!
bitch!
I'm alive!
I faked my
I
death.
can imagine just being there. If you were a townsperson and you were like seeing that happen, you was like, you telling me these fucking assholes gonna rebuild this goddamn house?
Yeah,
What
I
a-
like
bare
how-
hands.
I like how it's just like, oh, we put so much effort, we got all the right trims, we got all the right pieces, and the La Casita was like, color change.
Yeah.
Like all your hard work, boom, doesn't matter.
Adios.
It was
Adios.
the effort.
There was the effort that mattered.
No, but I like the idea too. Like, I mean, even though it was kind of quick with that, but like, it's like the grandma and the family has put so much of that own pressure on themselves to
Mhm.
provide for this community for all these years. It was
Out of
kind of nice
fear and
for
all
them.
that too.
Yeah, it was nice for them though, like to see that, like, no, they also have your back. Like they recognize that you guys have been doing this and you guys need help sometimes too. So
Yeah.
like this is like a nice way to bring the community back in together, because the whole big thing with the grandma's expectations of like I have to like provide for everyone.
Yeah.
And I do love that story beat where it's like the newest generation is the one that's opening the eyes of the older one
Mhm.
to these new aspects that they're so stuck in, you know?
Right, yeah.
Because I feel like that's such an important story for us these days.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because
definitely.
like the grandma had so much trauma, like she just didn't
Mhm.
want to lose her family again, which is like so understandable
Yeah.
from
Mhm.
everything she's been through. So it's like, you know what, like it's time to shift our focus a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
fine, we're good. Like we're
I think I understand like where it was like kind of lopsided, and it's like she has this moment with her sister, and then she finds out the prophecy, and then she has another moment with her sister. So you kind of like
Yeah.
under this impression like she's gonna go have some kind of moment with the rest of the family, but then she
Mhm.
like doesn't, and then the movie ends, and you're like,
Mm.
oh okay.
Yeah.
It feels like there should have been more time to explore, I guess, her relationships with the rest of the family. It made sense that it was the two sisters because, like, obviously those are her sisters,
and Antonio.
and Antonio, yeah, and then and Bruno because like he's the family member
The
that
black
like,
sheep.
yeah, that
Mhm.
that left, so he's like not included at all. But it did make me feel like I'm missing something. I feel like we
Yeah.
just jumped from
Yeah.
one point to the other, and now
I feel
it's
like we could have spent a little bit more time with mom and dad. We get the little moments of like dad being a good dad of like
Yeah.
taking
Yeah.
care of Maribel first, but then like it's also interesting to see the little bits of generational trauma from her
Mhm.
mom's mom, her grandma, like put onto her own daughter
yeah.
Yeah.
of like no, like it's fine, like
Yeah.
it's okay, like stay back, like
The one character I wanted her to have more connection with was the shapeshifter. I don't even remember his
yeah.
name because
that guy.
This one
Yeah.
here.
yeah,
he didn't
that-
really do much.
he
did
didn't. No, he just like showed up,
No.
and I thought
He
like
was just goofy.
He was
kid.
just comedic relief
Yeah,
for
and
much of
it's-
it.
each of their powers is meant to like reflect who they are as a person, you know.
Mhm.
And I was like wondering about this kid the whole time. Like, does he have identity issues? You know, like does he even think like does is that really what he looks like, or did he just like believe that's what a kid looks like on the
Yeah.
street? You know, there's a lot of questions there. It's one of those like tinfoil hat theories. Like he doesn't actually look
Yeah.
like that. You know, like
I was thinking that, like, oh, we're gonna see, like, when all the powers are gone, he's gonna turn into something completely
something
different.
completely different, and that would have been
Yeah.
that would've been-
Camilo.
Camilo, yeah,
Camilo?
yeah.
Okay. there.
He was like the
Yeah.
coolest character, but he's also just like he's like what I would call
Yeah.
he was like the Flash personality in like the Justice League, you know, just always like
Yeah.
happy go lucky, like hey, here I am, woo, woo, woo,
Like,
woo. Ah,
like
dang.
if they had to cut out one of the characters from the movie, like he would probably be the
Camilo
first one to
would've
cut
been
because he
one.
didn't
Yeah.
really have any
like impactful.
story point.
Yeah.
He's just there.
Sorry,
like,
Camilo.
Sorry,
Oh,
Camilo.
sorry, I'm talking to the
Well,
wrong guy.
He shapeshifted, but I don't really know what to do. And then Dolores, like, I understand she was like, she had like this power of super hearing, which I have like a lot of questions about. Like, can she like focus hearing, or can she
Like,
just
is she
like
gonna
hear?
be okay?
Yeah, can she like hear everything? You know, like
Yeah.
everything. And then like, what is it? It's just weird because like she's like fell in love with the other guy, right? Like, with
It
the
did
guy that-
add to the plot in the sense that she found out about the whole thing, and you just see her telling the rest of the family. No, that was very
I
entertaining.
love that part where she's
That
just
was
like,
really funny. I loved
Ultimate
it.
chismosa. It was really funny that she knew everything about that guy's life, and then she's like, "Let's get married." And she's like, "Well, slow down." I was like, "You know everything about him. Like, what do you
because
mean
he's so
slow
loud at
down?"
talking.
Yeah, it's like you guys
Yeah, I love
literally
that.
know
I-
everything about each other.
I like their relationship. I like how that like at first when like I could see like that Isabel was like not so into the movie. I
She's like,
thought
"I'm sorry,
Louisa.
Marion?"
I thought Louisa was gonna be the one who had the crush
Yeah.
on the guy.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
oh my god, she likes him, and I was just like,
Dolores.
is it gonna be like a thing where like they like? 'Cause
No, it's just
he
the
doesn't
cousin.
accept her. No, it's the cousin. I'm like, you know what? Fair. I like Louisa's
Independency.
Yeah.
independency.
Yeah.
Not like I don't want her to be with a hot guy if she doesn't want to, but like I liked her relationship
Oh,
to her family, like her
yeah,
song
yeah.
being about that, not about a
Yeah.
boy.
I think it would have been. I think it would have like also played into that trope if it was Louisa. It's like, oh, I'm a strong girl, and like men don't like find me attractive, or like
Yeah.
men don't do like I'm too strong for the other men. It's like I've seen that before. We don't
Yeah,
need.
I
We
like
don't need that
the-
again.
The love story was also put to like the side
Yeah.
characters
Yes,
more,
yes,
but
yes.
also in the fact that she's just like her more so thing is just like, oh, she just gets kind of looked over because of Isabel's has to be
The perfect,
perfect
one.
part.
The one.
so she gets
Um,
to shine when like that's lifted from Isabel too.
Right,
So-
right. So what are the things that we love about the movie? Like, what's like the matter facto thing that we love about this movie?
Just the family, I think.
Yeah, the family aspect's cool. The
Yeah.
colors, I
Colors.
love the colors in this movie.
Colors.
The colors.
Oh,
music.
the embroidery on
Oh,
all of
yeah,
their
dude,
garments
like
was
the
such a
clothes.
good detail.
The details
So
that went
good.
into that.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to the animation team on that
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
Because I know
man.
they learned how to do the curly hair with Moana and stuff, and like
Yes, yes, yes.
how to
yes.
do the black hair with Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yeah, yeah. They
I
were
like how they like learn these things and like
Yeah.
some of the
They apply
glowing
it as
stuff
they go.
with like
Yeah.
this one was like Coco. They had like all the glowing
Yeah.
stuff, but I'm just like I love the embroidery. I love
The question is, what do they learn from this in the next one?
Well, there's a lot of good lighting in this one, actually. Like, I was
Mhm.
like looking at the lighting. I was like, the
True.
fucking lighting's insane. This is this is RTX to the max. I am about this.
and like like cloth detail.
the cloth detail, yeah. The dress, like all of it was just like stunning.
Yeah.
The animation,
Mhm.
top notch, always top notch.
Top notch.
What about you, Laiba? Is there anything substantial that you loved?
I love the music.
Yes, the music.
Yeah, forget the music.
I think this
The
is
song,
Pixar's
that
second
played-
musical, right?
yeah,
Disney?
Yeah, it's their second musical.
I think so.
Mhm.
But the song that
Uh,
played
Oh wait,
during
no, this isn't Pixar.
This is
Abuelita
Disney.
This is
telling-
Disney. I'm sorry. Okay, Laiba, go on.
about how like Pedro died, like
Mhm.
that song towards like
Oh.
the second, like basically the end of the movie,
Mhm.
that song made me cry like a little baby. I was literally sitting next to my best friend, my friend, and I was like, and I couldn't like remove my mask,
Right.
so like my mask was just covered in tears. It was like wet.
Oh, no. Oh, that's so upsetting. Yeah, the
I'm
music
nervous
was-
to listen to the soundtrack just because I know it's gonna hit me just
Yeah.
emotionally, and sometimes I'm not quite ready for that. But like maybe later. I've had a busy week. I haven't had time to cry yet.
Right. What is what's something we disliked about it? I mean, like the grandma. I think you're not supposed to like her, obviously.
That's the thing. I
Um,
like that she was that hard because, like, you always have that matriarch member of the family that's like, this needs to be this way. This is the way our family has done it for generations and years. This is the way it's done, and that someone finally stands up to her is what makes her character satisfying.
Right.
Especially
yeah.
because the fact that she listened to at the end,
Yeah.
realizing like, no, I'm actually tearing this family apart. Like she had to see like the physical evidence of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, before she realized, like, oh, I'm the problem.
It's me.
I'm the
drama.
Telling me that I have to come with a solution to a problem that I created myself.
Oh man, that's so
Well,
funny.
If you guys can't tell, we are on TikTok.
My own actions.
Oh man.
Oh no, our house.
It's
broken.
broken.
She's the one that's breaking it.
She's the one that's breaking it. Oh man. Yeah, no, she
I feel
was
like the town
definitely-
could have been incorporated
Yeah,
a little bit more
yeah.
too.
Oh
I think that
yeah,
was it.
I wanted
Like-
to know more about the town.
Yeah, I kind of want to know more about the kids. Who's letting this kid drink
Sequel.
coffee? I was like,
Oh my god, that kid!
Is that Nick?
He's, like, shaking.
dude, that was me. I was like, that's me. That's who I am.
And that's why coffee's for adults.
That's me at like 9. Just like
God.
drinking coffee. Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
Well-
like biggest critique is just that we kept removed. I already forgot his name. What was his name?
That's pretty
Shape
hard.
Shift
Camilo?
guy.
No, like okay, like they're all great characters. It's like I
But
wish
then
he did
didn't
more.
have he didn't have any little plot point or arc or like
Yeah.
just like the mom and the dad like could have got more from there, but like we got a song from the aunt and uncle for like to talk about Bruno. We got
Yeah.
to learn about like the cousin and how she likes that guy and stuff, and like Antonio is just adorable and has this relationship with Maribel of being like
And the animals.
very sibling like as well because they shared a room for a
Mhm.
while, and
Mhm.
the other sisters like everybody else had like even the grandma like
Had an arc. They had like
we
Yeah.
had a little plot point or arc or a little tidbit that we knew about him.
Except for Camilo.
Except for
Except
Camilo.
for Camilo.
Poor Camila.
I said you could cut him out, but what really needed to
I
happen?
just
is he needed to
realized-
have something for him.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
So his name's Camilo. Sounds like chameleon. And
Yeah,
he
yeah,
changes
yeah.
form. I just got that.
Yeah. That's
Okay, we're
sick.
good. We're done.
You know, sometimes they're very creative with their
Yeah.
ethnic
I-
names.
really
Like
didn't
how
recognize
what the
that.
Sesame Street character, one of her names sounds like the word for sesame in Chinese, and
Oh.
I'm just like,
I need to
like,
look
oh,
it
what's her
up.
name, Jylin or whatever, or what's her name?
Is it the new Asian character?
Yeah,
She's Korean.
Yeah.
oh, Korean,
Jiyeon,
yeah. But apparently, one of the words means sesame. I was
Okay.
like, watching the little intro, I'm like,
Wow.
do you call everybody sesame on your show?
Oh man.
The chameleon, fair.
Yeah,
fair.
it works. It works. Wish he did more, Camila.
If people
Um,
couldn't see the light bulb that activated my brain,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just went-
it was legit just a flicker.
just-
I loved his verse, and we don't talk about
Oh, we
Bruno
don't talk
though.
Oh my
about
God.
Bruno.
Yeah, I don't know. I love it.
I thought it was really
I don't
funny.
remember it.
I thought it was really funny that the first time we see Bruno isn't even actually Bruno. It's through Camilo turning into Bruno.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like the disrespect. It's like
It's just like, how does he's? Oh no, he's older than Maribel. That's why
Yeah,
he
yeah, he would
remembers
know.
Bruno more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, they were still kids. They were kids.
But
Because
the
when
last
Maribel
person
didn't
had the
get her
door.
power,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she was the last one. You're
She
right,
was the
right,
one before
Before
Antonio.
Antonio.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Bruno left.
Last few thoughts. What did you guys think about the voice acting? Like, did you guys? I
love
found
it.
out actually all the Afro Latino characters are Afro Latino, so that was
Oh,
a big
That's
good.
plus.
cool.
That's cool. It was a good.
Good to
Good
know.
job, Disney. You win. You win this time.
Egu.
I love the voice
Gold
actors
star.
for like all of the kids,
Oh
including
yeah.
Antonio and the little shaky boy, and then the little
Oh my
girls.
God.
Yeah.
It was the cutest thing. I was like, he was just like, poor boy was just like shaking.
I liked how Bruno's voice subverted my expectations too, because you'd think he's like an ominous and creepy dude. He's just like, nah, I'm just
No,
a guy,
no,
just a
it's
guy.
not. It's Sid from Ice Age.
When okay, so when I
Yeah.
saw when
It is.
right before the movie, you know, there's like the three main actors who come out and they're like, "Thank you for watching Encanto," and it's John Leguizamo, and I was like, "How come that guy always plays the bad guy?" Because like when they showed Bruno and he was like talking, like he had the cloak on, he looked like
Yeah.
evil, and I was like, "How come that guy's always?"
I didn't even know Bruno was
bad-
in the movie. I didn't see him in any trailers or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
I saw
He's
him
not
in
even
that
in the
one
photo.
scene.
Yeah.
It's that one scene where he was talking to Maribel something about you have to save the family, and then it was the one where he's like crouching behind the
Oh.
teapot, not
Oh,
the
yes,
teapot,
yes,
but the
yes.
plant
Yeah,
pot.
Yeah.
That's the only one I saw in the trailer.
But I totally forgot about him.
Yeah.
What is it? There's a
As
to-
did the rest of the family.
there's a toy at McDonald's that is like it's not an 8-ball, but basically he's holding like a bowl and like his little rat pointing to like yes, no, or like a question mark, and you like spin it so it lands on a question, it lands on an answer, and I really want it, so I could just make my decisions.
Well, don't go
You
to
know-
McDonald's because they'll only disappoint you,
Yeah.
as Laiba has
Exactly.
proven.
If you want it, you're never gonna get it.
Yeah.
So
eBay is where you're gonna want to
eBay,
go.
Because Bones, what's his name? Noodles has been coming through lately. He didn't make a reading yesterday. He made a reading this
No.
morning, and he said it was a
what was
bone.
it?
Nick, what are you gonna do when Noodles is dead?
I don't
Because
know.
that dog's
honestly.
old.
I really don't know. Don't talk about it. Why are you talking about that?
I like how we told you about this, and now this is your code.
Yeah,
And
this
I'm
is
like,
my whole thing now.
I haven't seen one of his videos on my For You page in weeks, but
Don't
like,
watch any of his
No,
videos.
it was a Bones Day today.
did not feel like a Bones day. I had to
Nice.
work from 8 till 4 with no breaks. I mean,
bought
I had
Shang-Chi.
I had lunch, and
Right.
then that was my break, and I'm like, this is not good. I did not get one nap in here.
Yeah, and then but yeah, no, it's a bone. Well, it's Agents of Voices of Atlas Day, so it's Bones Day. It has to be Bones Day.
That's fair.
Yeah.
fair.
It's
My
gotta be Bones Day.
laptop. I'm streaming from my
Oh
laptop.
yeah, see,
today.
no
Yeah, there you go,
choppiness. Bones Day. Hey, it's a small
I
victories.
restarted my computer after 6 months. I worked in IT for a while, and I know I should do this like every day.
That's
But I
like
don't use my
isn't it so
laptop at months
funny?
at a time.
like the things you're so proficient in. You're like, yeah, I know I should do this, but I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like when I'm like drawing artwork, it's like, yeah, I know that I have like selection tools and warp tools, but I'm just gonna erase it instead. Like I'm just gonna
Right.
choose the worst possible
I
decision.
know I can hit undo.
Not gonna do that. I'm gonna hit the eraser tool. Yeah. What's our overall rating for this movie?
I
That's
will
5 or 10.
Are we doing?
Give it-
Let's do it. Let's do. What do we
Out of
say?
10?
10's too. Okay, I guess we should do 10 because it's like
Because
started
it's
this
not
whole
Venom.
podcast about like Shang-Chi and the. How many rings are we giving this movie?
No. We're not doing rings. We're not doing rings. We're doing Beaver Tails.
No,
Yes,
that's
we're doing Beaver Tails.
That's okay. Sure. For this one specifically, how many Beaver Tails are we giving this?
8 out of 10 Beaver Tails from me.
8 out of 10 Beaver Tails from Johnny.
9.5.
9.5 of Beaver Tails for
Am I the biggest cynic in the group?
Maybe.
10.
10 for
I
Victoria.
don't know. It's just a fun. I had fun watching it. It made me feel something.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna sit.
I
with-
feel like it's gonna be rewatchable. So like, you know what? 10. Why not?
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to
Yeah.
for
Fair.
me to like critique it into so far. Like, I'm like, it brought me joy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 9. 9 Beaver Tails.
I am
think-
the cynic of the group.
I-
Good to know.
Yeah, we're gonna give it
We
an
have
average.
we value and analyze movies
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more surface level most of the time. I'm like this. Did I have fun? Yes.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
Good movie. Good movie. Good boy. Yeah, I think the Voices of Atlas official ranking for Encanto is gonna be 9 Beaver Tails out of 10.
9 Beaver Tails.
9 Beaver Tails out of 10.
But the Kelowna sunrise flavor where it's cinnamon sugar and lemon.
Yes.
That is
Not actual Beaver Tails, as I've come to know.
No.
I mean,
No.
you could put that on actual Beaver Tails.
You could.
Nick, just
maybe.
get a churro and flatten it.
I was literally like telling people this conversation at work, and they're like, "How are you that stupid?" I was like, "I
Wait, do
don't
your
know."
coworkers know what Beaver Tails are?
No, but they were like, "How could you actually believe people eat beaver tails?" I was like, "You tell me you're like talking to like 4
You
people."
listened to this video. You watched this
You
video,
tell
and you
me
tell
I'm
me
not-
Laiba wasn't convincing.
It's whatever. I'm over this. Again, you can catch that video. I'll leave the link in the description for that one. It's on our YouTube. You can also catch this podcast on Spotify.
We have 6 subscribers
Apple
on
Podcasts.
YouTube.
Oh, hey.
One of them's me.
Four of them is
One of
us.
them's
So only 2 of them aren't us.
One of those
Yay!
probably Ellie and Marley.
What's up? Probably
Ellie
Ellie.
counts.
Yeah, Ellie.
Ellie
Ellie-
counts.
Ellie counts. Shout outs to Ellie. Shout outs to Marley. Who else did we mention in this podcast? Amanda.
Amanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Tyler, dude, my
Tyler.
homie. Love that
Oh.
guy.
He got you tickets
Love
to No
Tyler.
Way Home.
Bro, that guy's a goat. That guy's the
Man.
best.
You're probably gonna see somebody.
Probably. No, that's
Yeah.
what he told. That's what he tells me. He says he always gets the
The same
premiere
He
day.
got Chloe Zhao
Yeah, he always
and
gets.
Kevin Feige when he went to go watch Eternals. I was pissed.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't I get that? I'm
He-
in Canada.
He always gets 7 p.m. on release day because he says like that's usually when they show up or like. You know, it's
Now
higher
because Nick's
chance.
going, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, honestly.
With your luck.
Hey, but
You're
I'm
gonna go to the bathroom and they're gonna come out.
I'm gonna come out. Yeah. Ugh, all right. No, I
You're
have
gonna
this
like, oh, I'm
thing.
tired. I'm gonna doze for the first
I
few
have this
bits.
thing. Like once I sit down, I will not get up. I will definitely not get up.
Fair.
I like hate it when I forget to like go to the bathroom. It's like I guess I'm just gonna fucking suffer for the next 2 hours.
Nick is accidentally gonna run into Kevin Feige in the bathroom.
Kevin,
he's
you know
gonna-
what you
And
must
he won't
do.
even talk to
And
me.
you're
You'll
gonna
be bumped
be like
into
kissing,
Kevin.
and you're gonna be like, "Can I get a picture?" And he'd be like, "Now's an appropriate time."
You're
I
gonna
would've
show him
done
the Gabriel Luna
The
video.
Gabriel, you know what you gotta do, Kev. You know you
No,
gotta
no,
call.
no. You know what you need to do, Nick?
You know
You tell like, can I get Simu's number?
No. I'll
Yes.
be like you. If he asked me if I had one favor that he
No,
had
you
to-
ask him to be on the podcast.
Dang, that's a
You
good
ask
one.
Kevin,
Sweating.
and you ask him to bring Simu. We need.
If you're gonna ask me whether or not I'm gonna bring back Ghost Rider as a franchise or Simu Lee on the podcast, that's a
You're
pretty.
choosing Ghost Rider.
Of course, I'm gonna choose Ghost Rider.
I'm
Obviously,
actually
he's gonna choose
offended.
Ghost
I'm
Rider.
choosing Ghost
I'm
Rider.
actually semi-offended.
Make yourself a business card, a Voices of Atlas business
I'll
card
just
to
make
carry
the
with
one.
you at the show.
We actually should.
So when
do
you
that.
run into people,
Yeah.
We should do that.
we should actually make some.
Especially if we do
business cards.
podcasts.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially
you're the
if we
one
go
in
to
LA,
cons.
so you're the
Oh,
one
yeah,
who
I'm the guy
actually,
who's
You're the one with all the connections.
Just like, hey, you're looking for fucking talent? Look at us.
I mean, what was it? Simu was on that Netflix show, like Buying Sunset. Was it
Selling Sunset.
Selling Sunset? Nick
Buying
just
Sunset.
fought. I don't know. I tried watching the episode Simu's in. I could not handle it.
Is it like bad?
Like it's just drama that I don't care for.
Yes.
You know, it's like
Yes.
watching Big Brother America or something like that, I guess, or
Mhm,
Big
mhm.
Brother Hollywood, stuff like that. But
Right.
Nick, find out where Simu lives and just flick the business card through his window.
I'll do my best. A lot of YouTubers. Apparently, he was like big friends with like all these YouTubers that are in LA. If I make friends
Yeah.
with those YouTubers,
Wong Fu.
Wong Fu,
Ina,
Jeremy
AJ.
Lin,
all the Asian people from
Dante.
BuzzFeed.
Dante.
Yeah.
I realized there was a guy. I think he was in my program. He at least went to the same school and similar age sphere. He's like got like over 1 million YouTube subscribers.
Oh,
living in
sick.
New York. Joma Tech. I think I'm just like,
nice.
damn, bro.
Damn.
I've always wanted to meet Timothy Delgado. That guy's so funny.
Me too.
I love that guy. I saw his Disneyland video recently when he went with David So. Oh man, that
I
guy's-
love David So.
Yeah, that guy's also so funny. I'll be friends with all
Actually-
these people one day.
Victoria, you know what you should do?
What?
Tell your mom when she goes to Paul Sun Young Kim's trivia
Yes.
night
she's
to
gonna
throw
be-
in the Voices of Atlas card and like, can you give this to Simu? Also, do you want to be on the show?
She wants me to make her a custom shirt of Uncle Iroh in front of Kim's
Oh,
convenience.
that's cute.
Yeah.
And she was
Aw,
looking on
that's
Amazon
sweet.
for an Uncle Iroh Funko Pop so she could bring it and get it signed.
Oh,
and
that's
I'm like, this
cute.
is really cute, Mom.
That's
But
sweet.
you know what? Maybe I'll give her get her
Get
a
a
card or
gift card.
something
Yeah.
to be like, hey, you should check out my
The Voice
daughter's
of Atlas.
podcast
Podcast.
and we could talk about
Stuff.
Avatar. Avatar or Kim's Convenience or anything.
Anything.
Oh my
anything.
god, how insane would it be if we could get Uncle Iroh on with Paul Sun Young Kim and Amanda on? I think
she'd actually just have like an aneurysm.
I feel like just Amanda would drop whenever
freak
he's having
out.
to actually be on the show.
I think
for
she'd
that.
actually just die in the podcast. and we'd
Call
all
in
be
sick
up for
to work
murder.
and like make it work. Like honestly.
Yeah, she would not. She would make that moment happen 100%. All right, but to catch more of our antics, you can catch our Voices of Atlas show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, and check out our YouTube channel where we post all these episodes. We love to hear what you guys like about the show. We have not gotten any review. I haven't checked actually recently. I
New
took the
reviews.
whole vacation just like not doing anything. Which is
We are also on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
yeah, all under the Voices of Atlas. So we've
And yes, again, December 3rd, we're doing a stream on streamlounge.io, Voices of Atlas.
Mhm.
We're going to watch Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. It's gonna
And it's going to be freaking great. I think it's going to be about the normal time of our podcast.
be probably around
TBD.
like 6 or 7.
You'll catch us on social media. We'll post it.
Yes.
And if you can't make it at that time, the beautiful thing about Stream Lounge is you can
Don't record it.
it's recorded. So all you need
Woo!
to do is go and find the video on demand and set that up, and then you can see us talk about it in real time with plays and pauses, and it should be good.
Yes. We will be back next week at 6:30. We don't know what we're going to be talking about. It'll be a surprise this time. We took the whole
probably
week.
figure that out.
Yeah, we're going to figure that out.
We'll do that after.
Pretty sure. I don't know what it is. But we will figure it out.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great.
It's going to be better.
It's always gonna be great.
Yeah.
Who knows?
next
Maybe we will have
episode-
Simu on.
Yeah, we might.
Next
I'm not gonna
episode, I will
promise
be
it. I'm not gonna
21.
say it's not gonna
Oh
happen.
yeah,
though.
Laiba's. Hey, we should drink next episode because Laiba's gonna be
Yes.
21. Yeah.
I mean, she could drink since she was 18. She's in
Oh,
Sure,
right,
she's
she's
in
in
Alberta.
Canada. Okay, well, this is
We can
this
be
is.
trusted with
Hang on,
alcohol.
hang on. This is being broadcast on a U.S. platform. Please drink responsibly at the age of 21. This is not. We are not
I mean,
advocating for
fo-
any of this.
Is
Um,
always drink responsibly.
always drink responsibly.
Drink above this.
Your
Make
legal
sure
age.
you bring a lot of water with you.
Mhm.
Eat something before you consume alcohol. It helps.
But
Yes.
yeah, I was gonna have some soju for the show today, but I think this is gonna be a next week thing.
Yeah, next week thing. We're definitely gonna come up with something cool. No, I
Am
feel like we have a lot of
alcohol
pressure.
next week.
What?
Wait, what even is next week? Do I have anything next week?
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Either
We'll
way,
figure it
I'll probably have soju.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, I
yeah,
have.
Doesn't matter the topic.
I'm Super Nikendra. You can follow me on all of my platforms. Amazing Nikendra on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. I am currently raising money for my wedding photographer for my commissions. If you want to help me out, the links will be in the bio of my social medias. So
Wait,
yeah.
Nick.
What's up?
Quick thing. Did you say it was amazing Nick Ender on all your socials?
No, Super Nikendra. I'm sorry, Super Nikendra.
I was
on
gonna
all of my
say,
socials.
did you rebrand?
No. I'm definitely okay. Super Nikendra. I'm gonna take that voice clip, move it over.
Redo it just in case.
Yeah. No, I got it. Don't worry. I'll fix it in post. That's my catchphrase now. Laiba, go ahead.
It's great.
I am Laiba. I'm on Instagram at Laiba Hazara. Mixed and Anxious on TikTok. And let's party.
Yeah. Let's party. Happy birthday to Laiba,
Great
everybody.
days. Happy
Happy
early
birthday,
birthday to
happy
Laiba.
birthday.
Are we sing? I don't sing.
No,
No, we're not singing.
birthday.
No, we're not singing. We're not doing that. Just happy birthday. Everybody clap. If you're listening to this podcast right now, clap. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, there we go.
Yay.
It's on Sunday.
We're not gonna tell. Okay,
yay.
we're gonna tell anybody your birthday's kind of whatever. Anyway, Victoria, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm at Victoria Organa everywhere: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Stream Lounge now.
Oh,
we
yeah.
got
Oh yeah.
I don't know anything. What other social medias are there? I don't know, but I talk about things. I've been obsessed with Hawkeye, so
Oh yeah.
All those trick
listen
arrows,
to
how
that
could
from
you
me. Oh my god, I watched
She loves
Yeah.
Hawkeye. She's been
the
loving
episode.
it.
I watched the episode and I was like, I need to do a fan cam on Trick Arrow.
She was doing that, and then she was doing what is it? She made a bingo card. Oh yeah, the bingo
Bingo
card.
card.
Yeah.
I made games.
I was gonna
mean-
say, like, I haven't made that. I was just gonna reveal it when we did our Hawkeye episode.
Oh, man.
good. But yeah, I can't wait for the Hawkeye episode. It's been a really satisfying show to watch and talk about. So if you're interested,
We might actually watch it on Saturday, which would
yeah,
be the 4th
fourth.
of December. So yeah, if you're listening to this right now, we might be watching a couple episodes of Hawkeye, talking about Hawkeye. It's gonna be fun. Trick arrows.
Oh yeah.
I might be drunk that day.
All right. What about you, Johnny?
I am the Marvelous Johnny without an underscore on TikTok. I am the Marvelous Johnny with an underscore on Instagram. And I'm the Marvelous underscore John on Twitter because someone took my name on Twitter
Dang.
and he can cave someone's skull for it. No, I'm not. Violence isn't the answer, kids. But yeah, that's Marvelous with 2 L's. And most of my stuff's on TikTok where you can just see me
TikTok.
doing Shang-Chi videos lately.
Yeah.
Because I can't stop using the audio of
Shang-Chi
I'm
as
Shang-Chi,
in
bitch.
cosplay, and this whatever skyscraper of a guy is Shang-Chi.
I'm taller than the actual Shang-Chi by 3 inches.
You're taller than what? Adam
And
Driver.
Adam Driver by 1 inch.
Yeah, so go check that out and tag Simu in his
Yes, tag Simu in my TikToks. It'll be fun. It'll be wonderful. He'll probably get a restraining order on me.
Yeah. I can
But you know what? It means I have his signature.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not weird.
Well, that's who we are, the Voices of Atlas. Thank you for joining our episode today. We hope to see you next week, and we are excited to talk to you again. Have a good night, everybody. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios. Hasta.
Bye.
Au revoir. Speak French.